So today in Ultimate Team, EA have given us another one of these quote-unquote showdowns. We've been given James Milner and Scott McTominay, and in this video today we're going to focus on James Milner, but I am going to review McTominay as well, so make sure you check that out on the channel. If you need to get your hands on some coins to improve your Ultimate Team, then check out the link in the description, igvault.com, and if you use the code Kieron at checkout, you'll get yourself a pretty nice discount. Now, obviously this card does have the opportunity to be upgraded. If Liverpool beat Man United, this card goes up by 2, and if they draw, it goes up by 1. So I'm sure Liverpool fans will be desperately hoping they can get the win to see this Milner card get a nice boost. But to be fair, it's already been upgraded a decent amount, and today we're going to try it out. So let's get the SBCs done, let's get this guy in the club. So to get him, we have to complete 3 SBCs, which I think is a bit overkill, but it is what it is. You need to submit an 84 rated team with an inform, an 84 rated team with an England player, and an 83 rated team with a Liverpool player. Now, a few weeks ago, this wouldn't have been that expensive, but 84s are mega expensive right now. So yeah, these SBCs are not going to be too cheap to complete. So we're going to start with the top form SBC, and this is what I'm going to be submitting to complete it. I wouldn't advise copying this squad. I have literally got most of these players untradeable from doing upgrade packs over the past week, so definitely wouldn't advise copying the squad, but that is something I'm happy to submit, so let's do exactly that. For the National Duty SBC, we're going to be submitting this. Once again, do not advise copying my method. I am going to be submitting an 88 rated Cruz. Obviously Pope is our England requirement, and their Cruz just helps bump up that 84 overall rating, so let's get that submitted. And then for the final Liverpool SBC, we are submitting a Premier League / Serie A mix. We've obviously got Naby Keita as our Liverpool requirement, and that is what's going to be sent away. So now those SBCs are done, we do indeed have an 85 rated James Milner coming into the team. Actually does look like an alright centre mid. Definitely are going to be looking at chem styles for him though, but just by looking at the card, I am thinking we go with a shadow. Before we move on though, we do have a couple of packs to open. I doubt I'm going to get anything back from these. Pack number 1 is going to be dreadful, not even going to be a board, so we'll skip over that quickly. As you can see, the packs you do indeed get back are not looking anything too special. Next one, Premium Mixed Players Pack. Don't normally get anything too decent in these. The final pack though could potentially have something. Not even a board in pack number 2, unfortunately. If you guys do open these packs or complete the SBC in general, I really do hope you have better luck with these than I have, because as you can see, they were all terrible. Not even a board in a single one of them. So yeah, regrets. Okay, so this is the team we're going to be using Milner in. 4-3-2-1, pretty attacking, and obviously does indeed get that hyperlink to Joe Gomez, which I'm sure will be very popular with this item. Now, before we speak about the stats, let's discuss some chem style. So with a basic chem style, as you can see, he does get the nice +5 boost in all different areas, which to be honest does not make him a bad looking card at all. Brings him to an 89 rated centre mid, which, you know, is pretty freaking good. But I think the obvious one to go for is going to be Shadow. The pace is just going to make him so much more usable in game. Also gives him a nice boost in the defensive area as well. I don't think Engine would be a bad choice for this card either, to be honest. Gives him a good boost in the dribbling, also a nice boost in the pace, and the passing gets, you know, a good boost too. So I would go Engine or Shadow, and for the purposes of this review, we're going to go with Shadow. But in the comments below, let me know if you do different. So, chem style applied, let's now talk about this item. High work rates, which I definitely do not mind on a centre mid at all. I get the feeling just by looking at this card, it's going to be one of them centre mid items that are just out and out centre mid. You don't use him as a cam, you don't use him as a DM, you keep him in that centre mid role to get the best out of him. That is my initial thought. Will I still share that opinion? We'll find out later in the video once I've played a few games. 3-star skill moves, not ideal, but not the end of the world for a mid. 4-star weak foot though is rather nice. No particular traits to discuss in terms of in-game. So let's have a look at the stats, shall we? Thanks to the chem style boost, he will have 90 acceleration, so off the mark should feel pretty quick, but there is obviously a very clear and big difference between acceleration and sprint speed, so we'll see how that feels in game. Does have ridiculous shot power of 97, which hopefully will aid him when taking off strikes. Passing actually looks very nice, a really nice short passing rating of 88, pretty good long passing of 85, and also really nice crossing of 90, so if we can get him in some wide areas, hopefully he can whip in a nice ball. Looks like he could be a good set piece taker. In terms of dribbling, reactions are high, and so is composure. Agility and balance not particularly too great, but hopefully he doesn't feel too heavy in game. He is 5'9", so he's not exactly, you know, tall, but he's not exactly too short either, so so we'll see how he feels on the ball. In terms of defensive stats, they look alright, but that Shadow Chem style is obviously going to help out a lot in that area. And then finally, physically, we can see he's got good stamina, so we should have no problems for 90 minutes, and an okay combination of both strength and aggression. So yeah, let's put the numbers aside, let's get into some games, and let's test this item out. In this game, we match up against a pretty nice Serie A side. He does have that headline as Mkhitaryan, and also he's got that Gossens at centre-back. I wonder if he'll make a change in-game and, you know, put him into midfield, but I don't see who he'd put as centre-back in his place, so maybe we'll just keep him there. But nonetheless, decent side, but nothing too special. I'm hoping we can get the job done. Nice tackle there from Bellerin. Finds Milner, who tries to take on Theo Hernandez, but is absolutely denied then. Lukaku almost makes it 1-0 early on. There we go. Oh, nice interception from Milner. Puts the ball through to Rashford, who is not onside. Milner, we go long with the through ball, and it's a very good through ball too. Straight into the path of Bamba, who now has an opportunity to get the ball on the inside. Oh, I should have cut back and shot. I don't know why I passed it there. My mind just went blank. Awar into the feet of Milner, who's put through a nice through ball to Rashford, who's in plenty of open space here. Players coming across. We've got a chance to shoot, and we do exactly that. And what a weird animation that was. Eventually, we score off Bamba. But that Rashford shot animation was really strange. Shot across goal, hit the bar, and eventually bounced out for a bit of a tap-in for the winger Bamba. Rashford into the feet of Milner. Milner sees the run of Mbappe. Can we get in here? We're going to cut back inside. We are! And a left-footed finish from Mbappe is not going to miss from there. We do extend our lead to 2. Nice control there from Milner. Oh, the pass just... I hate it when a player doesn't lock onto a ball this year. It's such a common thing. Keep on pursuit of him, and eventually we get the ball, but unfortunately we lose that duel. Well, halftime has come around, and despite what you've seen, it's not been a walkover. Now, obviously in these reviews we do more focus on one player in particular, so you don't see the whole game, but my opponent's actually played rather well and has had some decent chances, but for the most part we have just kept him out. But the score is currently 2-0 obviously, and hopefully we can extend that lead further in the second half, but we are going to put Milner into a more central role for that second 45. Opportunity, Milner with the long through ball. Oh, I saw the run of Mbappe and he got blocked off there. It was a good pass, it was a good run, just unfortunately didn't play out the way we wanted it to. Okay, here's Milner, nice. Oh, Mbappe's just offside there, isn't he? He is. That's a shame. I saw the run and I pressed pass, but unfortunately didn't get released early enough as Milner makes a nice interception there. And now here's another chance for a through ball. This time it does find the feet of Mbappe. And Ndombele puts it through. Milner with a chance to shoot, and he's going to score on the half volley. He makes it 3-0 just after the hour mark, and that is the game nicely wrapped up with a nice finish from the midfielder. Okay, so there is full time. As you can see, it did finish in a 3-1 scoreline. He did get a goal, unfortunately, right at the end to take away my clean sheet, which sucks. But yeah, not a bad performance by Milner at all. We got him on the ball a lot, and we saw what he could offer, and we also saw a couple of negatives to his game in this game as well. So yeah, not a bad display though. A goal and a assist for him. So happy days with that. Right then, after a couple of games with James Milner in the team, what is the verdict on this item? It's a good card. It's a good card. Do I think it's a great one? No, I do not. But it definitely has its positives, which we will, of course, discuss. But it's one of them cards which I'd say doesn't really have a standout negative. It's just not, brilliant. I wouldn't say this card excels in many areas. It's definitely got some, good points to it, but it's not brilliant at one particular thing. It's just a bit of an all-rounder item. So if you need that for your team, this could be a card worth considering. Anyway, in-game, how did his pace feel? It felt alright, to be honest. Did he feel super quick? Not really, but he felt about as quick as you would imagine he does just by looking at his stats. Is he gonna track down everyone? Maybe not players like Mbappe, but he'll be able to keep track of some other attacking options. But obviously top tier pacey forwards are probably gonna get past him. In terms of shooting, I liked him, to be honest, for a mid. I think he's got good shot power behind his shots. He's quite accurate, and ultimately for a midfielder, I think his shooting is up to a nice standard. And with him having that 4-star weak foot, you can shoot off of his left as well as his right. His passing was also another thing that I thought was up to a very good standard. He's not an elite passer, but he's a very, very good one. He certainly can distribute from both deep and over short distances, which is great. And I also liked his long ball ability as well, just from the back. I know that's you know, long passing, but I wanted to add that on because I like the fact that you can do cross-field passes with this guy. Now we come on to the dribbling, which was once again another area which was okay. He's not as mobile as other mids, and you can definitely feel that, but he's got nice ball control and he's composed in possession, but he's definitely not as quick on the 10 as some other options. When it comes to defending, it's another one of them. He's good, but he's not great. He'll win, you know, a decent amount of tackles, but will he win them all? No, he won't. That Shadow Chem style definitely did help him out in some defensive situations, in my opinion. But he did an okay amount of intercepts, which is good, and his tackling ability was alright, but all in all, would I use him as a lone DM? Definitely not. I think he can work in a 2, but not by himself. Finally, physically, like the stamina lasted all game, no issue as expected, and I also thought his aggression was definitely a positive too, because, you know, it meant that he fought for the ball. He doesn't really have any aerial ability though, so you definitely don't want to be, you know, kicking the ball up to him. So the verdict is, it's a good card, but is it a great one? I don't think so. Is he worth the 200k cost? No, I don't think he is. And I also will add, I think even if Liverpool win, and if this card gets the +2 boost, I still don't think it'll be worth 200k because of the amount of Premier League midfielders that are already in the game that are better suited to the FIFA 21 gameplay. Most people in this game do not play with centre mids, they play with cams and DMs, and Milner just doesn't fit that mold of either of them. You would not be getting the best out of your team if you use this guy as a cam, and you definitely wouldn't be as a DM. But I suppose he could do a role in the 4-2-3-1 as, you know, a box-to-box option, but once again, I do feel like there are better options available already in the game for Premier League teams. So all in all, I'd only advise doing this SBC if you're a fan of Liverpool and just want the James Milner card in your club. I don't think it's a card that's got much longevity in the game, unfortunately, but yeah, it's a fun little card, but as I say, I don't think this item will be making too many appearances in people's weekend league teams anytime soon. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on the 85 rated Showdown James Milner. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like rating on it. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on the item. Also let me know who you think will win out of United and Liverpool, and let me know, are you going to get Milner, McTominay, or both, or neither? Let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.